right, black and white sports supporters. Well, they're not going to like this. And by they, I'm talking about all the WNBA players and the old fandom that can't stand Caitlin Clark and can't stand Caitlin Clark fans. Now, they don't like the fact that the fans will point out that, hey, Caitlin Clark outdraws everybody else.
Caitlin Clark has ignited the basketball world. When NBA Commissioner Adam Silver spoke those words, it wasn't just casual praise. Think of it as a lightning strike reverberating through every WNBA locker room, sparking a quiet but intense storm among players who feel their own years of hard work and accomplishments are being overlooked. This wasn't simply a nod to a remarkable rookie. No, it was a bold statement, a public declaration that Clark is the true driving force behind the WNBA's explosive growth. Silver's words tore away any illusion of a shared spotlight, exposing the stark reality. Clark wields an economic power that few in the league have ever seen. For many seasoned veterans, it's a bitter pill, watching their dedication and longevity fade into the background, while one rookie skyrockets to the forefront, redefining the league and its value in real time.
Or, in a lot of cases, to see Caitlin Clark play. Arenas all over the country switch to NBA arenas. It's like, oh crap, we gotta size up for Caitlin Clark's trip to town. And Adam Silver is the commissioner of the NBA. I can't stand Adam Silver. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he's ruined the NBA. But on this Caitlin Clark thing, I will give him credit. He has awareness. He has awareness. He got awareness on politics in the NBA and abolished it.
Credit where it's due. Adam Silver, a figure often slammed by critics for allegedly mishandling the NBA, showed a surprisingly sharp understanding when it came to Caitlin Clark's unmatched star power. He clearly saw the seismic shift she's creating, the magnetic force she has over ratings, ticket sales, and the league's overall revenue. In a sea of denial, envy, and resistance within the league, Silver stood out as the rare voice of clarity. His recognition of Clark's commercial dominance highlights not only his strategic foresight for the WNBA, but also why his words carry such weight and why for some players they sting.
Nice to see her on the floor. There's no question she's one of the most popular players, and at this point in the world, the ratings demonstrate that, the amount of interest we're seeing in her. But again, my mandate is different than USA Basketball's. But he just came out and told you, Caitlin Clark's the one that drives the bus. She's the one with the popularity. Well, guess what? He's saying it again. He's saying it again. You know, one of the reasons he went to these...
Let's go back to last year when Caitlin Clark was controversially, and many argued foolishly, left off the Olympic roster. Even then, Adam Silver's remarks spoke volumes. While he carefully distanced himself from USA Basketball's decisions, he couldn't completely mask his own perspective. He openly admitted it would have been great to see her on the court, a subtle yet unmistakable nod to the enormous missed opportunity for global exposure. This early recognition of Clark's star power, before she even stepped onto a professional court, set the stage for the more pointed and confident statements he's making now. It showed that he was paying attention, analyzing the data, and anticipating the monumental impact she was about to have on women's sports.
Caitlin needs the WNBA essentially more than she needs them. We understand how retarded that sounds if she really said those things. I know a lot of us are beginning to have those doubts. We understand those comments are from somebody that owns a rival league. The same cannot be said for NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, who is Engelbert's boss and who has been quick to praise Caitlin Clark's impact.
Caitlin Clark has set the basketball world ablaze, and Adam Silver didn't hold back. He made it crystal clear. There's no question she's one of the most popular players. The ratings prove it. These aren't casual opinions or polite observations. They're data-backed, top-level insights from the head of the entire basketball world. Silver left no room for debate. Clark is the driving force behind the surge in attention and interest. His blunt acknowledgement cuts straight through any narrative trying to downplay her impact, directly confronting those in the league who would rather credit the WNBA's collective strength for its recent success. Clark's influence? Unmatched, undeniable, and unmistakably real.
Been quick to praise Caitlin Clark's impact. He said the following, quote, Caitlin Clark set the world on fire, not just this community. She's brought so much attention to the entire league. People are seeing how deep this league is, how good the quality of basketball is. It's wonderful to see. When both he and Clark were at the Indiana Pacers game last November. Scott Agnes, oh boy, of Fieldhouse Files noted on December 3rd that Silver was setting.
This isn't just about praising her skills, it's about pure, undeniable economics. Here's the reality. Adam Silver's aggressive push for huge new WNBA broadcast deals isn't random. He knows he has a revenue powerhouse in Caitlin Clark. Silver understands that Clark alone can pull in massive viewership, potentially 1 million viewers for nearly every game she plays across the full 44-game season, health permitting. These numbers are unprecedented, shattering records and consistently boosting ratings like nothing the league has ever seen before. Her presence on the court isn't just exciting, it's a guaranteed return on investment, a force that can completely reshape the WNBA's financial landscape from top to bottom.
To be honest, you know, we're doing videos and talking about the CBA and all these demands and this and that and the third. Understand something. Without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA's players have not a single leg to stand on. None. She's responsible for driving up expansion fees and all of it. She's Jordan. She's Jordan in the WNBA.
The contrast with WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert's reported view couldn't be more striking, or frankly, more puzzling. Engelbert allegedly minimized Clark's influence, implying that Caitlin needs the WNBA more than the league needs her. If true, this perspective has drawn widespread criticism for being completely out of touch, exposing a clear disconnect between the league's front office and the realities of the market. While Engelbert, whose position might naturally put her at odds with such a dominant outside force, may have her reasons for taking this stance, it's Adam Silver, her superior, who provides the clear, financially savvy, and ultimately accurate counterpoint.
Fees and all of it. She's Jordan. She's Jordan in the WNBA. If you want to go way back, you can say, okay, she's Magic and Larry coming into the NBA, because the NBA was a floundering fish. And then Magic and Larry showed up and the popularity started to rise. But then when Jordan showed up, shit, it was on a whole nother level. You've heard me say it. She's the hybrid love child of Steph Curry and Larry Bird, mixed with the branding of Jordan.
Silver's praise goes far beyond just numbers. He's acknowledging the cultural storm Clark has created. He pointed out that Caitlin isn't just dominating the court, she's shining a spotlight on the entire league, highlighting its talent, depth, and the elite level of basketball being played. During a courtside interview at an Indiana Pacers game last November, he remarked on the explosive surge in popularity, not just locally, but worldwide. He emphasized that this global attention is extraordinary, a clear sign of Clark's transcendent appeal. Her influence stretches far beyond traditional basketball fans, drawing in entirely new audiences and redefining who follows the game.
You think I'm playing? She hardly ever goes to the foul line, and she knocks down like 90% of them. I said, if I'm Adam Silver, I'm calling a meeting with Kathy Engelbert and every single front office member of every team in the league, and I'm like, guys, you better send these players a message. We're going to start suspending the hell out of them if they keep beating the crap out of the only player in this league that's driving the money. The money bus.
Adam Silver didn't stop at recognition. He went all in, putting the ultimate label on Caitlin Clark. She's the league's moneymaker. And this isn't idle hype. It's a direct acknowledgement of the financial engine behind the WNBA's recent boom. Rising expansion fees, skyrocketing league valuations, all of it is fueled largely, if not almost entirely, by her magnetic draws. Think about it, without Clark, the WNBA's economic landscape would look completely different. She is the single most powerful financial force in women's professional basketball, and that reality creates an uncomfortable truth for her peers. When discussions around the collective bargaining agreement and player salaries arise, the fact is clear. Without Clark, there's virtually no leverage. Her unprecedented ability to generate revenue is the engine that drives salary increases, better benefits, and league growth. Remove her, and much of the WNBA's negotiating power evaporates. Clark's impact is so profound that she's being compared to the legends of the sport. Some call her the Michael Jordan of the WNBA, a transformative figure whose presence elevates the entire league. Others draw parallels to Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, whose rivalry revived the NBA before Jordan took it to the stratosphere. Regardless of the comparison, one thing is certain: Clark is a generational talent, unmatched in commercial and cultural influence. She isn't just a scorer or a playmaker, she's a hybrid marvel. Imagine Steph Curry's logo-range shooting fused with Larry Bird's visionary court awareness, all amplified by Jordan-level branding power. Her skill, basketball IQ, and marketability create a presence unlike anything the sport has ever seen, explaining her ability to captivate audiences and drive unprecedented financial growth. But this dominance hasn't come without a cost. Behind the scenes, jealousy simmers. Angel Reese, a rival from their college days, reportedly seethes over the attention Clark commands. Reese's frustration seems rooted in not receiving the same reverent recognition, a bitter reality for someone used to being in the spotlight. That tension has spilled over onto the court. Opponents are increasingly aggressive, targeting Clark with physical, often borderline illegal play. This isn't just tough defense, it's a deliberate attempt to intimidate, to assert dominance, because they can't compete with her cultural and financial influence. One of the most alarming elements of all this: despite constant attacks, Clark rarely receives the protection she deserves, highlighting both the intensity of the jealousy she inspires and the precariousness of her position as the WNBA's crown jewel. Despite constantly taking brutal hits from her opponents, Caitlin Clark rarely gets the fouls called that other star players, like A'ja Wilson, routinely receive. This glaring inconsistency creates a dangerous environment, effectively encouraging overly aggressive play while denying Clark the protection that the league's other marquee talent enjoys. The WNBA's failure to address this only reinforces the perception of bias, or at the very least wildly inconsistent officiating, against its most valuable asset. If Clark were officiated fairly, her stats could be staggering. Experts estimate that with just 20 free throw attempts per game, her 90% success rate at the line could easily push her scoring average to 30 points per game. The current reality not only suppresses her output, but also exposes her to unnecessary physical risk. Giving her a special whistle isn't favoritism. It's about leveling the playing field and safeguarding the player who is literally driving the league's growth. This brings us to Adam Silver. As the ultimate authority in basketball, he faces a pivotal decision. It's time for him to convene a direct meeting with Kathy Engelbert and every front office member across the WNBA. This is not optional. It's an urgent intervention to stop a problem that threatens to derail the league's historic momentum. The message must be crystal clear. Any player who targets Clark with excessive aggression will face immediate and severe suspensions. Taking a firm stance is essential, not just for integrity and player safety, but for the league's future. Without consequences, jealousy-driven behavior will persist, putting the league's reputation and its most valuable asset at risk. Silver has the authority to act, and the moment for decisive action is now. Protecting Clark is not just about one player, it's about preserving the WNBA's economic engine. Every gate revenue record, every spike in viewership, every sponsorship deal depends on her continued health and ability to perform at the highest level. Allowing opponents to endanger her without repercussions is self-sabotage. Even with a new CBA and potential interventions from Silver, a looming question remains: will rival players ever change their behavior? The deep-seated jealousy and resentment suggest that genuine shifts in attitude will be incredibly difficult. This animosity goes beyond competition. It's about protecting their perceived status, making any lasting change an uphill battle. Yet Adam Silver's unwavering support and candid acknowledgement of Clark's monumental impact stand as a powerful counterweight to the league's internal tensions. He sees the bigger picture, the unprecedented financial boom driven by her star power, while others view her as a threat. Despite the bitter resistance, the WNBA's future will be defined by its ability to harness and protect this once-in-a-generation talent.